thing off. Though.
That's all right. I'll come closer.
What happened to the screen? There's something on the screen that you tap. I see like another window or some shit. Oh no, it's this light.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. We've got a good show coming for you guys. Just stick with us. You guys on Instagram right now, especially on the Titan one, there's a badge program in play. If you want to support us, shout out.
We're live.
Definitely do it. So, Titan Lifestyle with Big Dru, officially live. What's up, guys?
What's up, guys? Titan Lifestyle back in the studio. The rain has passed.
Oh, yes.
Everybody's safe. It wasn't as crazy as they said it was.
No, man.
I wasn't nervous. I don't get nervous with these hurricane things. I've been in Florida long enough.
Absolutely.
But it's good to be back in the studio. It's Titan Lifestyle. It's Friday. We got topics. We got events.
Oh, we got all kinds of stuff.
Let's get it. Yeah.
Let's get it, guys. Yeah, so thank you guys for all the support again. Hurricane, people were reaching out to us about that.
Yes.
So we didn't get hit at all, thank God. Thank you guys for your support and reaching out to us, too, as well. So, all right, so let's get into this. If you guys have any questions about any of the therapies that we do, you guys can call or text us, 727-389-3220. Hormone replacement therapy, medical weight loss, vitamin amino acid injectable therapies, rejuvenation detox, blood work, peptides, which we're going to talk about one today, and a lot more. So just call or text the number. The staff will take care of you. I'll make sure of it. If you guys have any questions on any of these different things that we're going to cover today, please bring them up, and me and Dru will definitely answer them for you. So,
also, guys, don't be afraid to hit me with an IM or a DM. If you guys think of a question later on, I'm always on my Instagram, on my Facebook. So shoot me an Instagram message or a Facebook message or even an email if you have any more questions.
Absolutely. So, all right, guys, let's get into it. Let's start talking about some of these topics where you guys are here. So, AOD 9604.
Shred it off.
Yeah, that's the peptide and therapy of the week. So AOD 9604 is very, very cool. And what it is, because I always get the question, what advanced obesity drug is. So AOD 9604 is a peptide. And what it is it's a modified sequence of growth hormone. Okay, it's 176 amino acid sequence instead of 191, which is in growth hormone. Now, this sequence, right, only mimics the way that growth hormone helps in boosting metabolism and burning fat. So lipolysis is destruction of fat, okay? That's what it does. And it helps inhibit lipogenesis. So if you guys don't know what lipogenesis means, that's when your body stores non-fat material or food that you're taking in as body fat, and inhibits that too. So it's utilizing everything you're taking in and using it as energy.
Kind of like the reverse of a bear when they hibernate.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's definitely right. So with this, it's going to help you guys lean up, right? Especially in the visceral area, because that's a stomach area and people have a lot of issues with that mostly. So at that point, it's going to help all the way around too as well. Now with this, don't worry, because it's not going to raise blood sugar levels, so glucose levels like growth hormone can do, and it's not going to cause growth in all these different cells in the body or to your face or anything like that. Some people have a worry about that. So you're not going to have to worry about that, and you can get all the great effects. This does have GRAS status in the United States. That means generally recognized as safe. That's what the FDA claims. So at that point, it's a really, really good peptide. It comes in injectable form. It comes in a rapid dissolve tablet too as well. Injectable is obviously the best. It's not getting broken down at all. Even with the RDT, it's sublingual. But at that point, I always go with the injectable. It's going to be a faster transportation rate and higher absorbency all the way around for sure, 100%.
And again, guys, this is something that you could use if you're not already lean. A lot of times people see ECA, they see Hercules, they see all this stuff. They think, oh, I need to be shredded, I need to be a bodybuilder for it to work. AOD stands for Advanced Obesity Drugs. This drug was intended for people that are obese. So if you're obese, if you're overweight, this is perfect for you, and it will literally melt the fat off. It's the only thing we have that actually literally burns fat off. Other things will speed your metabolism, make you eat, make you not eat. This actually literally will make the actual fat lessen on your body.
Absolutely. So that's the so the adipose tissue in there, especially when you talk about lipolysis, that's a destruction of fat. When you are breathing real hard after you work out, that's when that is occurring too as well. So this is just going to help and expedite the things. Plus, like Dru was talking about, these other therapies that we talk about all the time, ECA Stack Plus, Titan Complete, and all these other ones. You can actually stack AOD with ECA Stack Plus.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's non-stim, guys. So.
Or Prometheus.
Yeah.
So at that point, you can get a lot more aggressive on things if you want to do that too as well, or you can start off with AOD and then the next month add this in, right?
Yeah.
Start seeing some really good weight loss as far as what you're trying to achieve. So we got some questions here. Let's talk about Dwayne Day. What's going on? He said, I'm waiting on my FedEx package. I ordered NAD and Ironmans and Cupid's Candy and ECA. You're going to have a good weekend.
You're going to have a good weekend.
The wife is going to be enjoying it for sure. Now with this too as well, so I want you to pay attention to one of the topics we're going to cover today because it does involve NAD. Fitness DMK said, glad you guys are safe. Elsa dumped a ton of rain on us last night and this morning. Well, thank God that's all it was. No wind or anything came with it, thank God, or anything else. All right, so Sean Grant asked one question. He said, how does a person determine if they need to use Clomid or not?
Blood work.
Thank you, Drew.
Blood work.
Blood work is going to tell everything, right? Especially with hormones. And usually Clomid, especially what you're talking about right now, is we're talking about testosterone levels. So free and total testosterone come into play with this. So you got to look at both of them, right? And if the free is low, you're going to want to do something about that. The total and the free are low, obviously you're going to want to do something about that too as well. Now, depending on how low they are is when you're going to be able to decipher if you want to use Clomid or if you want to go on straight HRT. So Clomid, what it's going to do is it's going to stimulate, and this is an FDA-approved drug, it's going to stimulate the LH and FSH in the body. So at that point, it's going to make your testes, it's going to send a message from your brain to your testes, and it's going to ignite them. It's going to say, hey, listen, work, turn that thing on. And when the testes start turning on like that, basically that's when testosterone production goes up and semen production comes up too as well. That's why they use the fertility drug. Right. Now, the difference between Clomid and hormone replacement therapy, so testosterone, right? So when you take Clomid, the numbers can come up. Now, we've seen this with a lot of different people. And usually for our younger people that are 21 to 25, they come to us. We don't want to put them directly on testosterone replacement. The reason is because they're very young. Like, this is, something that you don't have to do your whole life, but if you want to feel good and get all the benefits of how your body should really feel, then you're going to probably have to stick with it. Now, with Clomid, the numbers we usually see go up, but the symptoms don't get any relief. All right, and then it can cause other negative symptoms like dark thoughts, right? Suicidal thoughts and stuff like that. So that's something that you're gonna have to weigh as an option. Like, do I want to do this or do I want to do that? And depending on what your age is, if you say you're 40 years old and you have low testosterone, it's probably a good idea, maybe just testosterone replacement. But that's all upon the person. Some people don't want to go directly into testosterone and they want to try everything beforehand. That's where Clomid comes into play, where you can take it 30, 60 days, and then you're going to have to retest afterwards, after it's out of your system, and see if your body is still producing like it should. If it's not, then you're going to have to go up into these different realms of like testosterone replacement therapy. Yeah. HCG is another big one.
I'm an HCG guy.
Me too.
I'll go with HCG over Clomid any day. I mean, I know other people may have their reasoning behind why they choose Clomid, but I'm always with HCG. Yep. I feel it's a more natural approach, and the body less side effects with it for me.
So I agree with you 100%. HCG is definitely the way to roll, especially with something like that. It really is. Now with that, you're also going to have to look at estradiol, make sure that's not going up too as well, because testosterone, if that's going up real high or it's going up real quick, can aromatize into estradiol. So at that point, these things are going to aromatize or convert into other hormones, and that's where you really want to check the full panel. All right. Dwayne Day has another question. So, John, is AOD better than ECAs, you think? So it's two totally different things.
Yeah.
ECAs, I think, so AOD is not going to give you energy. So when you take AOD, right, it's going to help with the lipolysis, so destruction of fat, and it's going to help inhibit storing fat. But it's not going to give you the energy, like the mental clarity thing or the motivation, I guess, when you're in the gym to really get it done.
Yeah, and the breathing too. I noticed with the ECA.
Oh yeah,
I can breathe real good. Opened up. My nose is open. I'm just breathing good.
I love that.
Yeah,
your senses are intensified. But yeah, so ECAs now. I think combining them is definitely the way to go.
Oh yeah.
I think you're going to get the best of both worlds there, and it's going to cause ultimate destruction of fat and give you probably the best results you're going to look for. All right. Alex Topin, what's going on, bro? Hulk Squad in the house. What's up, guys? So thank you guys for all joining.
Shout out to Freedom Light Productions.
Yeah,
the big guys
all
are on.
over
Thanks
it.
for all the great info.
We appreciate it. I forgot all this is up here.
Love seeing guys tune in.
Yeah, thank you guys for always tuning in, always, chiming in too as well. I love it. American Win, what's going on? Dwayne, Darren, Garris, what's going on? Gummy, Marman, all you guys up here that are in here. We
Alex
appreciate you
on the
guys.
Pro Alex,
Yeah,
Mark Davis.
He's usually over MI40 training.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Alex.
Nice.
So he just did, I think, his first debut here not too long ago. So
nice.
Looking
nice.
great. My buddy's taking HCG, says his hands are swollen. Puffy wants to know that that's common.
HCG's doing that?
Usually you don't get edema.
Are you
like
sure it's
that.
not HGH that he's taking? Because I know growth hormone can make your hands and everything puffy.
Ask him.
I haven't heard of that with HCG ever.
I know you know what the difference is on that, but maybe your buddy doesn't, and maybe, or depending on where he got his source from, you really don't know what it is.
Yeah, if you order from one of those research places, you don't know what you're getting. You might grow a third leg.
For sure. Fitness DMK said, I love the HCG I've been taking. Yeah, so it's definitely a good one. Now, the thing about HCG is it gets thrown in there for weight loss functions too, right? So people think that when they go on testosterone replacement therapy with us, because they're on HCG, that they're going to get weight loss just from that. That's not how it works, okay? So it has a couple different benefits, and the benefit that we're throwing you on for HRT is for the gonadal support. So make sure your testicles don't shut down, basically. Natural production doesn't get shut down. You don't go through atrophy. Your semen production doesn't lower. But if you go on a calorie-restricted diet, and this is where it really comes into play, and it doesn't have to be the 500-calorie diet. That's what everybody associates HCG with, because there's a lot of clinics
that old
out there.
school formula that someone came up with. It's
a doctor. So that was the first study that was ever done on it, and it was on 500 calories.
I hate hearing that.
I hate hearing it too, because it's really unhealthy to do, guys.
Yeah, the thing is, what's determining the 500 calories? I mean, if someone my weight as opposed to a 100-pound female, 500 calories, we're both doing it.
Yeah, it's the exact same thing.
You got to have fuel. You need those calories.
You need some sort of calories, right? I mean, or you're going to probably be brain dead, or not have enough energy to do what you need to do. Of course, you're going to shrink, okay, because your body doesn't have everything. Now, with HCG, the good thing about it is when you do go on a calorie restriction diet. So for me, for guys and girls, I tell about 1,000 to 1,200, because you're really going to a calorie restriction diet right there. And at that point, what happens is it makes your body not go into a catabolic effect either. So it does help restrain your body from eating the protein, the muscle away. And at that point, really going after the fat in the stomach area too as well. So it's a really good one. Can you take AOD with other GHRP? Yes, of course. So AOD you can take with CJC, 1295 with Imperellin. No, not a problem.
Hercules.
So yeah, you can take it with anything pretty much, right? AOD is across the board stackable. Most of the therapies that we do here are stackable. So you can take multiple therapies, not worry about a contraindication, and you should be good to go.
And again, the AOD is an oral form too. So if you guys hate needles, which I don't, you guys should be the other way. Yeah. But if you guys hate needles, it's available in a oral form as well.
What up, Mike Neal? So we got our Titan out in Texas. We ain't got too many representatives out in Texas.
Yeah,
but Mike, he's been with
there.
us for a while now, so it's going on some years. So it's my man, Mike.
We'll send you Titan apparel soon.
Your Titan apparel is getting boxed up personally by me and Art too as well.
Mike, get down to Florida. Let's work out.
We definitely need you to have to come down here for sure. Joseph Vanden, what's going on? Is this allowed to be stacked with TRT and HCG? Yes, it definitely is. So you can have no problem stacking AOD or any of these other therapies with it. All right.
I wonder. I think I'm going to put together the ultimate stack. I always hear people say, "Can you stack one thing with another thing?"
Yeah.
Maybe I'll put together an ultimate. Like if someone just said, finances or whatever aside, what is the top, 7 things? My lucky number is 7, so I'll say 7 things you could take with Titan.
Okay.
In terms of they work together, you can take them together. So I'm going to put a list up, and next week I'm going to have an ultimate stack for you guys.
There you go.
Because always people say, can you take this with this? Can you take this with this? I'm sure we have people calling and say, just give me whatever. I want all the best stuff you have. So if you guys are willing to hook yourself up, I'm going to do an ultimate stack.
We can definitely do that too. We'll set something up so you guys can see what Drew's ultimate stack is going to look like.
It's going to be pretty crazy.
Hulk Scott said, I posted my trap pick. I did Hercules in my traps, man. It was crazy. So I bet. I've never even done traps before.
Yeah, I've done traps.
You've done traps?
Yeah, feels good.
Oh my God.
I've done traps, but honestly, I don't feel it the way I do when I do biceps.
Really?
Yeah, it's I kind of a little bit, but it's Not as much as like chest.
Yeah. Chest is
I
definitely
did
the
chest
big one
this
for me.
morning. I don't really do chest that much. This
I
guy
like
does
chest.
chest
I
in his
love
sleep.
chest, dude. I love doing chest.
My
Chest and
chest
thighs
is-
and tries. Dude,
It's
forget
still
about
look at it's still on fire. Still got the bounce going.
Gotta love that, dude.
Yeah.
That extended pump and everything that's
look
going
at
through
it.
that,
Still,
man.
still pumped up, crazy.
That's the best. That's definitely the best. All right, so let's get into our first topic today. And remember, guys, you guys on Instagram, we got our badge program. You guys can get those badges. Let me know. And then at this point, let's talk about our first one. So we got to give a big shout out to our Tampa Bay Lightning.
Tampa Bay Lightning back to back.
Back-to-back Stanley Cup champions, man. It's a big thing for us. I know the parade is going to be, and this kind of sucks. The mayor made the parade Monday at 11 a.m.
Everyone's gonna be at work.
Everybody's going to be taking
busy.
off work because of it, right?
Yeah, true.
I mean, it sucks it's in the middle of the day like that. They should have put it on a weekend where
I don't
everybody
know why
can
they didn't do
enjoy
it
that.
Saturday. Why
And
did-
it's on the water.
Yeah.
You know, they're trying to disperse crowds still and all that, which sucks.
I know the crowds have been crazy. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's been crazy. I live down that way. I look out my window. There's all kinds of crazy stuff going on down there.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
they
but
should.
it's good though.
Yeah,
it's good. It's
definitely.
kind of like the Super Bowl. And the Super Bowl was crazy too. So
Yeah.
we got the Super Bowl. We got back-to-back Stanley Cup.
Our Rays
Tampa's
went to the
on
World
fire.
Series this last
Rays
year.
on World Series. Yeah.
So, Tampa, the Lightning are starting the year off right?
Yeah.
Because the hockey season's here. So we'll see how we go. We go in baseball, and hopefully we'll win that. And then football again, man.
It's like
'cause-
a dynasty. Like, it reminds me of kind of how Boston was a few years back
Yeah.
when they won the World Series, and then next year they won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Then they won the NBA championship, all in within 2 years. So
it's a big thing.
It's a
man.
good
It's a big
dynasty.
thing for the city,
It's a
for
good
sure.
dynasty.
Tampa Bay.
Big thing.
Tampa, Champa.
Yes, Champa. So let's talk about the next topic out here. So the U.S. military is testing an anti-age pill that could delay effects from aging. Right. So when I read this article, obviously the beginning had me, right, and I started researching this article and doing more into it. So the military is testing a pill, right, and there's this molecule in this pill, and basically what's inside the pill is supposed to delay aging effects, or basically to help people from not going through neurological degradation. So at that point, their system, as far as their thinking, their reaction time, everything they're doing, even their sight and everything like that. So within soldiers and everybody that we know, with aging, you're going to start losing some of these different things. You're just not going to be as good, right? So the Army is testing this pill, and it's funny because I started reading what the pill is, and the pill is NAD. So we've been talking about
I
NAD.
don't know.
for
It looks like we beat them to that one.
A long
Looks like we beat 'em.
time. And I'm surprised that they're just coming around to this. I thought maybe they'd be working on this a long time ago, because there's doctors who've been giving this dementia, Alzheimer's patients, and it has the exact same effect, right? Neurological effects, and making sure that the brain is on point, mental clarity. And this is in every living cell of the body too. So it's a big thing. And when NAD levels are low, ATP levels are not in there too as well. So that's in every cell in your body, and that transports energy throughout the body. And it causes some of these different diseases out there too as well when you're lacking it. And a lot of people are lacking it and don't even know. And when they take this medication, it will definitely help defend or prevent some of these different diseases that are out there too as well. Dementia and Alzheimer's, and Alzheimer's is one of them. So at this point, NAD, guys, and they're talking about a capsule form, right? And in this article, they're talking about it as a nutraceutical instead of a prescribed medication, because I know that there are some companies already that they have this over the counter and stuff like that. So injectable is obviously a lot better. IV is another thing too as well. We have the most inexpensive NAD treatments around the country, whether it's an IV or injectable. So you can do this with a little insulin needle every day. And if you do enough of it, like I said, you're going to feel a big difference in your day with a natural energy, mental clarity, just things increasing as far as getting better. So it's a big one. I mean,
Yeah, we beat them to it.
Yeah, we definitely beat 'em to it.
First, I remember back when Trump was saying about the
chloroquine.
hydroxychloroquine.
Yep.
We said that. You said that.
A long
I
time
should
ago.
say you said that. And then it was a while back when, by the way, it is safe.
Yeah.
And then now the military is saying
Yeah.
they have an AIDS and drug, and we've had it. So
this is huge.
we're ahead of the game, guys.
Definitely huge, cutting edge for sure. So it can also extend life. So at that point, look into NAD therapy. And we can help you guys out with that. Even if you want it in a capsule form, we can make that. That's not a problem. Just call or text us, 727-389-3220. You don't need any blood work for an NAD therapy. All you have to do is fill out the new patient paperwork. You can see the provider via telemedicine. That means a little video conference via Skype or FaceTime. And then at that point, you can order this therapy and a lot more too as well. So do that, guys. I'm telling you, guys will get a lot of health benefits out of NAD alone. All right, so it says got to be because there's enough people joining. Yeah, there are not enough people joining the military. That sucks. They need to extend the life of the top tier soldiers. And that's really what it's about. It's extending the life of their badass soldiers and what they can do. Because, you know, every year they go down in age, or they go up in age, which go down in function. So at that point, ATP, NAD, definitely 2 thumbs up there.
Good.
Next topic is Tokyo.
Yeah, Tokyo's, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of athletes that can't compete. Now, Japan doesn't even want the Olympics to be over there.
Yeah.
They were trying to get it canceled altogether, but now, I mean, they're just going to have no spectators, which is going to be...
Yeah.
I don't like it at all. I mean,
No.
I could only imagine if I was an athlete training. I finally get to make it to the Olympics, and there's no one there. And the thing with the Olympics, too, it's only every 4 years, so it's going to
Right.
be 3 years now because we're a year behind. But if you're in your prime now, you may not have 3 or 4 years
That's
to come
right.
back and enjoy the crowd. So
That's right.
if you were like at the end of your career and this was your time to shine,
Yep.
you've been trying to make the Olympics all these years, now you made it. I mean,
Yep.
you might as well go play in your backyard because no one's going to be watching.
Yep, that's true.
You know,
It's
it's like
definitely true.
if a record gets broken, it's going to be like, is it really going to be exciting? It's going to, I don't know. It's going to be.
It'd be caught on camera. I think that's the best, the only portion of it that would be okay.
Yeah.
But still, that sucks. Like all these, you know, for a lot of these athletes, it's a lifelong dream or
Yeah.
something they want to achieve. And not a lot of people get to achieve getting to be called an Olympian, a true Olympian
Yeah.
for the United States of America, and be able to represent our country. You know, against all these other countries out there, and be able to maybe come forth and win. It's crazy. So Tokyo's been ever since last year, because last year obviously got delayed because of COVID.
Yeah. Now they have a another spike going on.
You know,
over there,
and
so.
at that point they were like talking about, oh, it's going to be fine, you know, and then at that point we're not going to have any spectators now. Even the scientists over there, right? They said they were warning if the Olympics goes on, and this is Japan scientists, but if the Olympics goes on, it's going to create an Olympian variant of COVID-19.
Yeah, I heard that too, yeah.
Because all these different people from all these different countries are getting together, right? And that's where the mutations happen for people that are supposedly unvaccinated. Even with this, you know, they're saying that people that are vaccinated are spreading the Delta variant. Who knows? It's so crazy for all this stuff to come out. But the main thing is the Olympics, and this affects everybody in the world.
I know what's gonna suck for the athletes. I mean, it's gonna suck for the athletes being there. I guess when I'm home watching it on TV, it's gonna look the same because I'm gonna see the athletes. I like to watch track, so I'm gonna see the athletes on the track, running on the track. I'm not gonna see the crowd or feel the crowd or hear them.
Yeah.
So for us at home, it's gonna be great, but I feel bad for these athletes. Gonna be looking up and they're gonna see a whole bunch of monitors or a whole bunch of emptiness. And the thing is too about friends and family. If you can't have spectators, you can't have friends and family. So
Right.
now it's like you're over there with your team or your teammates
Right.
or by yourself in a hotel. They may not allow people in the hotel. I'm not sure how the hotels and
I
stuff
don't know.
works.
I mean, Japan's
I'm
a whole
assuming if they
different
can't have
story.
spectators, they're not going to be able to have visitors at the hotel either.
I don't even know.
So it just, I mean, I feel bad for the athletes.
Yeah.
It sucks that they're not going to have, a crowd. That sucks.
It does suck.
It's getting worse and worse with these events where we're getting used to not having a crowd now.
Right.
So it's like, I mean,
It sucks.
if you're a young kid coming up playing sports, do you want to play? They're probably thinking about this now. Young
for
kids. If I'm a
sure.
young kid playing basketball, football, whatever, I want a crowd. If I'm like, I'm not going to get a crowd, I might as well just go have a YouTube channel and make videos of my house
This is true.
because I'm going to have more of an audience than I would have.
This is true.
So it just changes everything. Everything's different now. Like when they say.
Yeah.
When we were kids, everything is complete. We can't even compare it now.
Yeah,
Like, we
it
can't
does.
compare when we were kids now. It's just completely
It's just totally crazy. And
sucks. No spectators.
Hulk Squad, you brought up a good point, and we were going to bring this up anyway today. Debate on transgender woman Laurel Hubbard competing at the Olympics 2021.
BS.
So
Complete
we
BS.
covered this before, and this guy's name was Davin Laurel, whatever before when he was a guy, and he was playing, or he was a weightlifter who was breaking records at 17 years old as a guy. So at that point now, like changing over into a girl, of course you're going to be able to be girls. It is what it is. So at this point, like this is just crazy.
Yeah.
I don't think that any transgendered guy going into a female anyway should be able to compete. That's just, if it's a lifestyle or life change for yourself, great. And do what you want to do out there. We never knock that. Like, hey, listen, you become whatever you want to become. And you can do it, God willing, with all the plastic surgery or all these different hormones or whatever it may be. But it's not right for a competing purpose, especially somebody who used to compete before as a male.
Yeah.
Right? If you never really competed before, maybe, but now you've competed your whole life as a male, and now because you couldn't get to the top of that tier as a male, you're switching over into a female. And that's what I think this is. I think this one clearly is. I don't think this really is a
I think
that be a female.
Yeah, I think that's what it is too. It has to be, because if you just want to be, if you want to live your life as a woman, great, go ahead and do that. But why do you have to still compete?
Right.
So it's like, if you competed as a male and now you want to become a woman, great, become a woman, but that doesn't mean you need to still compete.
At this point,
So now, I mean, I talked about it last week. We had a high school girl that was winter track, competed with girls, and then became a winter track, competed with the boys.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden identify as a girl in the same calendar year.
Yeah.
So it's like, what's going to happen when they have someone that looks like me?
That's a problem.
What are they going to have? Because the thing is, if they want to discriminate, you can't discriminate off appearance.
I got a good idea.
So what happens if someone comes like me, looks like a man, has a beard, and the physical structure of a man?
Yep.
And they say it has a deep voice and everything, and talks and I'm a woman. Are they going to have a problem with it then?
Yeah, I'm sure. Could you imagine?
How could this be fair?
Could you imagine if
this is Joanna Man?
A person is Joanna Man.
It's Joanna Man.
That's a good example. I mean, could you imagine a male now identifying as a female, but literally going out there with a beard?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What if
the
me,
bearded lady?
What if me, just like this, dressed completely like this, like everything, and just go out there and be like, yeah, I'm competing against a woman. Yeah, I'm a woman now.
Yeah.
I mean, what are they going to say then? They're going to be like, oh, it's not right. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
All he has is a ponytail and shaved.
Exactly.
I mean, he's probably weighs as much as I do.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure,
She,
100%.
whatever, what do you want to be identified
whatever,
as?
Yeah, whatever. In high school, we were talking about there's no regulation.
Nothing.
So that was good. One thing about Florida, and we get a lot of hate about it, but DeSantis put in place that no transgender can compete in high school sports here or college.
What's going to happen when someone dies or
That's
has a major injury?
Huge, right?
You have a boy, like someone. What do you have a guy wrestling? What if it's like a real hardcore physical sport like wrestling or MMA?
I agree. MMA is already happening.
It's already happening. But what if you have a younger kid MMA? Say if you had a 17-year-old high school boy, 6'2", 200 pounds, athletic build, played football and track.
Yep.
Now all of a sudden wants to become a girl and be an MMA fighter. Now he's a 7-year-old ex-football player male that's now a female fighting against other. It's like where's the domestic violence coming into play?
Yeah, well, that's true.
Because I mean, now think about this. If they haven't had the full-on surgery,
that means cut off.
Yeah.
Right.
So say if I'm in a,
or what they do is they cut it. This is kind of graphic, but I found out what they do in the surgery because of hormone replacement, right? So they cut the penis down, right, and then they
turn it inside out.
Yeah. Right. And so it's
but
kind of.
But the craziest thing is I mean, what's going?
I don't know. I mean, so you're going to bring up a good point too. So here's.
If I saw her, and they shoved me. If I knock that person out, was it domestic violence? Because he has the same thing I have. You know what I mean? Like,
it's true.
You have to think of the craziest stuff because it's only a matter of time before it happens.
So here's the next one, and I don't think I've ever seen this. It's probably out there, but I want to see what it is and who's done it already. But let's say in bodybuilding. So let's say we put you as far as a female bodybuilder.
But the thing is, that would probably be the only sport where it would be kind of close. Because some of the women is huge. I mean, they're veiny. They look like some of the women are like. It's impressive to me that they could put on that much muscle, but that's like close.
But it's a guy you build put on more muscle.
Yeah, but there are female bodybuilders that have arms that look like mine.
They have good arms for sure, but so, I mean, if you were to put just a heavyweight bodybuilder, let's say a champion, or pick anybody who you want. So let's say it's Phil Heath, right? Mm-hmm. And then you put him against Linda Murray, right? She was a good one too, as far as Olympia. Mm-hmm. Phil Heath is probably going to look probably bigger than her.
Yeah, the only one I'd say Iris Kyle could beat a lot of men. Iris Kyle could probably beat a lot of men because she had so much muscle. But then again, that's just because she has that much muscle. If you take a guy, just like what you said, like Phil Heath. Take a bodybuilder that's in like last place at the Olympia, and all of a sudden he transitions to a woman. He could drop 20 pounds, be shredded.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, and I'm sure that this has happened already. I'm going to start looking into this now because I want to bring it up.
Oh, there's already a bodybuilder. There's already a pro. He's a pro bodybuilder. He was an IFBB pro powerlifter.
Oh, I know this guy.
Now he's.
But I'm talking about trying to compete now to get a pro card.
Oh, I don't know.
Like an NPC amateur athlete trying to compete and get an IFBB card. I'm going to find this out.
Yeah, that's a good thing to find out. But the craziest thing is if it was a female, if it was a male identifying as a female, if it was a category of bodybuilding, I honestly don't think people would notice.
Really?
I don't think they would notice. Especially if it's like at a national pro level.
No.
Because some of these women at the national pro levels have voices that sound just as deep as me. And they already have a masculine structure because they've been on stuff for so long.
Anabolics, yeah.
So they already have the deep voice. They already have the facial hair. They already have the big jaw.
Yeah.
So in bodybuilding, it's probably like the one sport where it'll be not accepted, but kind of like, okay, this woman and this former man look dissimilar.
Yeah.
Because they both have deep voices and they both have the same test level.
It's true.
They both have.
I wonder.
Oh man.
I wonder what women would think about it. Now, obviously, they couldn't tell right off the bat because maybe there's some different or some similarities, right? Yeah. But if they found out that was a man, right, like true man, right? What would they do? Would they be upset about it? Or would they say, you know what, bring it on, let me compete? I want to find out about this. I will find out from somebody that has competed as a female heavyweight bodybuilder. I want to find out because I got some girls I've been talking to about this, so I'm interested. I'm very interested.
That would be
right.
For bodybuilding, I mean, I don't think you could do it in like bikini.
And like, you know, like I've came across bodybuilders, right? Female bodybuilders who look jacked, and then they have the most sweetest, innocent voice.
Yeah.
Like it's just crazy.
Yeah, I've seen those too, but a lot of them try to make their voice high.
It's crazy.
So it sounds like. Yeah, but it has a little bit of bass to it. Yeah, I mean, not all of their voices get affected.
No,
it's crazy. I know some of the top pros, their voices aren't. Only a few. But,
all right, so next topic was Chris Hemsworth. So he's the guy that played Thor in the Avengers. If you guys know who that is, at this point he's trying to be Hulk. Well, he already did. He already shot the movie for Hulk Hogan, but he had to go through extreme dieting for this role. And what do I mean by that? So when he got the role for Thor in Avengers, he had to change his diet completely, and he had to transform. So he transformed his body pretty well. At that point, you know, he started obviously lifting a lot of weights. He was doing yoga. He was doing surfing. And then he was doing a little bit of red meat, but then changed to a vegan diet, right? At this point, when he got the role for Hogan, he had to put on more mass because Hogan's not a little dude. And at that point, what he started doing is because he couldn't put on the gains, now he has to eat red meat every day. He eats it all day and then maybe a little bit after workout, but you know, that's it. And now he's up to 8 meals a day for a 24-hour period. He's having to lift a lot heavier weight or do a lot more weight training per se than just surfing and stuff like that. So at that point, I've seen the side-by-side of him and Hogan. It looks pretty cool. So when the movie does come out, you guys might think it's pretty cool if you guys like Hulk Hogan and you guys lived through the era of WWE instead of WWF instead of WWE.
WWF, yeah.
It used to be WWF.
That's when it used to be.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I remember having, like, when I was a little kid, the little thumb.
Yep.
The thumb figurines of the.
Yeah, remember?
Yeah, it was like a thumb figurine of like Hulk Hogan and Iron Sheik.
Yeah, Iron Sheik.
Jimmy Superfly, all those old school.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. And, you know, I know Terry, so that's Hulk Hogan. So at that point, it's pretty cool. And he's a Florida native. He's a Clearwater boy. So we'll see how it goes. But his form has definitely changed, and he's gotten a lot bigger since the Thor role. And it's pretty impressive, man. And it just goes to show you that diet is very important. It's very important, okay? So, that pretty much sums it up for our Titan Lifestyle with me and Big Dru. We've got a lot of different events coming up, too, as well. Yeah. So check out our social medias, Instagram, Facebook. You'll see all these different things. But we've got a lot of different things coming at you guys. So I appreciate you guys.
Next big one's Tampa Pro.
Tampa Pro's coming.
Next big one.
So that's August. Yeah, that's bodybuilding. Tampa Pro's in August. Yeah. I think around that time is September is the St.Pete Fashion Week. That's going to be another big one for us. We got some other things in between there too as well. So
Cars and we got all kinds.
Cars and Couture. I mean,
Everything.
we got all kinds. Jeeps Fest is coming up in July. So that's another big one. You know, that was a great event last year, even with COVID. It was a great event. So I really want to see how this year is. Those people with Jeeps, man, they're pretty serious about it.
Yeah, that's like
They're
a whole,
hardcore.
So they're like bikers. They have their own little clique.
They're pretty
I like it.
hardcore. All right, so I appreciate all you guys tuning in. Thank you guys for another Friday Titan Lifestyle with Big Dru. Make sure you check out Instagram, Facebook, our YouTube page. Make sure you guys hit the like, subscribe button, and the all notification button too as well. We appreciate that.
And also make sure you guys check out the podcast. If you have an iPhone, just go to the purple icon on podcast, type in Titan Lifestyle, or if you have an Android, just Google Titan Lifestyle podcast. You can watch all these shows, the past shows. You can listen to us all damn day.
Thank you guys. We appreciate it. We'll see you next week.
Have a good week.